Did we bottom out in August, or will we go even lower yet this year?
I do think we put it at a low in corn and soybeans in the month of August, that funds extended this move way too low for fundamentals, and that we will bounce. Now, there is also going to be a glut of corn and soybeans being moved to harvest around mid to late harvest time. The reason for this is that no one has forward priced a whole bunch of corn and soybeans like normal. I've heard estimates of 10 to 20% forward price for the 24 crop for corn and soybeans when normally we're closer to 40%. That's going to create a glut unless we get a significant rally right now. Where we put all this, farmers usually move what they don't store on farm. This year, they didn't forward price. So secondary low is very possible. We got to be aware of that. It's one of the reasons last week we locked in basis on whatever has to be moved off the combine. That was our recommendation. If the market doesn't rally, we'll buy back those contracts when we complete them by locking in the HTA part of it, by going long the board. What's the difference between being long the board and being long HTA contracts? Nothing. You just get a lot more cash in your pockets and spend a little bit to the hedge accounts to hold your position. So we want to stay long unless we get a rally. To get a rally, 60, 70 cents in corn and $1.20 in beans. We'll complete those basis contracts by locking in the HTA part of it.
All right, this next one is from longtime client Harold. What's the most important thing you learned from this year's grain markets?
Harold, that markets can and will do anything. This is amazing what we have seen this year with no opportunity to lock in sales. We were blessed by making sales in May on the first rally, expecting, like everyone else, a second rally. I feel for those people that did not make the sale in May. That was very difficult sale to make with the whole summer looking ahead. That anything can happen in the marketplace. Don't ever think you know what's going to go on.
All right, this next one is, aside from perfectly timed cash sales, what's the number one thing I can do to protect my operation?
Use the hedge account, and use your storage. You have a lot of power to wait for better prices when you have on-farm storage. When you have to make a sale and the price isn't acceptable, don't be afraid to buy back. Don't be afraid to buy back with futures. There's really no difference of locking in a basis and holding that crop on farm that it is buying the futures, right? Both are going to go up and down at the same rate. So bottom line is, use all the tools you have. Keep emotion out of it as much as you can. Have targets.
All right, this next one's along the same lines. Of these choices, buy land, add storage, or upgrade my equipment, which would you recommend I prioritize?
Right now, I would prioritize storage. We have had a couple of years now in a row with very little rally during the summer with decent prices in the spring. Holding storage, not paying commercial storage, may be the best investment right now. Land prices are still high. In a tight financial market, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to add more. It's always worthwhile to improve your land. I think when you're building bin space, you are improving your land and your operation as a whole.
And then to close things out for this week, what's the biggest hope for better prices next year?
A really terrible, rotten, stinky South American crop. I don't want to wish war or any kind of other disaster on anybody, but a stinky crop for the South Americans would help and go a long way to get our prices back.